All righty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome in on a Monday during a Georgia football season, which means I got a Mistake Monday coming for you. And for the first time in a long time, we got like some mistakes to watch. And a lot of people probably tuning in to find out, hey, what were the adjustments? What did the coach not do? What did this coach do? Hey, was this player bad? Was this? Who can? Basically, you're looking for some blame. You're looking for some blame to start throwing around. That's not what we really do here. But I will tell you this. This football game, this is going to be the longest film study I think we've ever had on this network, just previewing based off the notes, because I thought every single play in this football game meant something. There was something on the line. There was a game-changing something available on every single play. Every possession mattered, and every decision mattered, or lack thereof. I thought Alabama made the biggest coaching decision defensively, switching from a bear front. Saban talked about it after the game, switching from a bear front to a traditional 4-down, okay, and playing what they call split safety, 2-man under, all right? They played 2 high, all right, safeties, and played man coverage up underneath. Gave Georgia a lot of problems. The other thing you're going to notice wasn't a ton of adjustments, okay, in terms of Georgia seemed to have a running game plan that they had, and that's what they stuck to for the most portion of this football game. We're going to look at it, both sides of the football, offense, defense. I'm telling you right now, we are going to be here for a minute. So make sure you hit that thumbs up button, like, subscribe, rate, and review it. Outside of that, let's shut up and let's grind the tape. We're going to go through all of them. So if you got questions, comments, concerns, if you got portions of the game that you think is more important than the others, guess what? We're going 0 to the end. First whistle to last whistle here today. Because, again, I think it was a very, very important football game. And everything they did from the start meant something, okay? Every single play in this football game meant something. Like this. From the jump, all right, they were taking shots. It's 1st and 10, first play of the football game. They're running what we call around here cheat motion, all right? They're going to sprint their wide receiver towards the line of scrimmage, okay, and get him a head start, essentially, on this motion. And then, boom, he's going to run on a vertical. Kamari Lassiter, okay, is in the pocket here. All right, he's in the hip pocket of Isaiah Bond. The reason this ball doesn't get completed or even attempted, it doesn't look very competitive, is because if you look closely, Milroe slips there on his front foot. You know what I'm going to do for you guys? I always like to do it. I'm going to squeeze it just a tad right here on camera 3, okay? I always like to do it. Sometimes I forget to do it. We're going to do it in-house right now. Here we go. All right, you see his front left foot. It slips a little bit right there, causes an errant throw. I thought it was a tip from the box. It was actually his front left foot. Watch that. Slips right up underneath him. All right, so you get him ultimately into a 3rd down because of this play right here. All right, I want everyone to watch 23, 2, and 22. These front side defenders right here. Great job by 2. Okay, closing space, unzipping your feet right here, okay, to force a give, all right? He gives the ball to 5 right there, all right? And then we're going to banana peel out. We're going to pursue, all right, from the inside out, maintaining our leverage. So great job, 2, of making that happen, not at the line of scrimmage, but behind the line of scrimmage. Way to read your keys and force that banana really, really early. Now, watch 23 up here at the top. Keep it as outside arm free, all right, playing tough on that tight end. And then, boom, there's 22, run the alley and sticking right there, all right, forcing a 3rd and 7. Now, this was the game plan, okay? If Georgia was spying 2, they were more than likely playing man behind, all right? So here's what they were going to do. They were going to spy 1, spy 2. This is number 11, and this is number 18. 2 of their faster and more twitchier inside linebackers. Here's 33 playing as well. They tinkered with this a little bit last week. They played a little 3-3 stack, all right? But this week they walked them up in simulated pressures, essentially, and they're going to drop those guys out. Now, behind this, man coverage, man coverage, man coverage, man coverage, all right? 22 playing the free safety back there in the back. So here's what they rotated on as well. Dan Jackson getting a lot of run in this football game for the first time all year as well. And that's Malachi Starks down there in man coverage in the slot. So that was kind of the game plan. And it gave Milroe some problems early on in this football game. And this is how you wanted to do it, right? You wanted to make him think he had something in B gap to step up and then immediately have some spy pressure right there for him. See that delayed pressure right there from 18 and 11? They're really just occupying space, waiting for him to go, ooh, I got room, now I'm going to pursue, which is exactly what happens. Boom, right there by 11. So the game plan early on working, right? The game plan defensively working. And to be honest with you, when you get beat today, it ain't going to be like, dang, Why didn't y'all change up? Why didn't y'all mix up? Why didn't y'all do this? Why didn't y'all do that? Most of what y'all did defensively is explainable. It's just good offense, man. They got good football players over there as well. All right, flipping over to the other side of the football. All right. This first possession, I want everybody to kind of notice what Alabama's doing. I'm going to show you what Alabama's doing, and then as the next possession comes around, all right, you're going to notice there was some changes, some obvious changes. All right, even based off this motion, look at this motion. All right, this motion is going to put his butt to the sideline. It's going to rotate him to the middle of the field. It's going to pull this safety down, and eventually at the snap, Terrion Arnold puts his butt to the sideline. Okay, what does that mean, ladies and gentlemen? That most likely means we're getting some type of zone coverage, all right? So there you see. Even these guys are on similar levels. Right here, once the ball is snapped, boom. They all have relatively similar responsibilities. Caleb Downs making this look almost like man coverage because he's super smart. He knows what he's getting. See, he sees the wheel. He's running with it right now. That opens up the arrow in the flat for Brock Bowers. Okay, enjoy this zone coverage look. All right, and they did. They enjoyed it. They got 19, 20, 25 yards off of it. Enjoy this zone coverage look. You don't get a ton of them the rest of the football game, okay? You don't get a ton of them the rest of the football game. Let's go to our next snap right here, and this is what the 50 Bear defense looks like, all right? Everybody take a quick look at this picture right here, okay? You got a true nose, a zero. That's a 4-eye right there, another 4-eye. You got your jack right here. That's Dallas Turner standing up. And here's your star standing down at the other end of the line of scrimmage, okay? Now, when Georgia motions Dominic Lovett out here, what's ultimately going to happen is it's going to force Dallas Turner to now be a space player. It's going to force him to now kind of occupy this zone right here as opposed to being a rusher, okay? Watch this. Boom, here comes the motion. All right, Dallas Turner's going to bump his alignment a little bit. Belly of the back, we see pass. Now Dallas has got to drop out. Okay, just essentially eliminated their best pass rusher based off of alignment assignment out of their 50 Bear front defense. Okay, and still Alabama playing zone behind it. Carson Beck checks it down. They get a big gainer right here just off of zone responsibilities, right? They drive everything out. Y'all have seen it all year on this channel. Carson Beck's going to make the right decision on these situations. He checks the ball out, gets it into the hands of his back right there immediately, and they have a big gainer. All right, here's a replay of it right here from the CBS crew. Hey, shouts out to the CBS crew. Everybody go on, give them 3. Go on, give them 3 right there. Good job, CBS crew. Last time, best time. How about that? All right, and here's what we're talking about, okay? This was the game plan from you guys. The game plan from you guys was, ooh, they got some bodies up in there. They got some bodies up in there, so we're going to try to work out here. And to an extent, I understand it. I can justify it. It makes sense to me. It was interesting to hear after the football game, Nick Saban basically say, we started the football game in this 50 Bear front because we didn't think that we could stop their run game. All right, in a traditional 4-down. We did not think that we could stop their run game out of these bunch formations in a traditional 4-down. So we hopped in the 50, and then after the first drive, I was like, screw it, guys. We're going to play traditional 4-down, and you'll see it here in a second. There's that truck sweep. They get about 6 or 7, or 4 yards right there. All right, and then we're on to the next snap. Okay. Next snap, where are we at? We're going to 236. All right, I'm weird. I'm weird. I know this, okay? But I know this guy's hurt, all right? I know this guy's hurt. And when he's releasing out right here to block this corner, all right, watch him false step. His left foot is in front of him, all right? His left foot is in front of him, and normally he would just take his right step, all right? And he would just run out right here, all right? But instead, watch him have to step up underneath himself right here to start this football play. Okay, watch this. Boom. That right there. All right. I'm not saying it's the difference in why this play doesn't get executed with an explosive or why this play looks different. I'm just telling you that this dude never false steps, ever. 19 never false steps. And for him to step underneath himself to get over, you know why? Because his left ankle is hurt and it's the one in front. Okay, so we can't really pull and explode off that left foot, all right, to start the play if it's hurting us. So to watch 19, a notorious technician, all right, a guy who cares about doing it right at all times, to watch him false step the 4th play of the football game kind of let me know. Also, by the way, we've watched this guy not catch this. We've watched this guy be physical out there for 3 years now against star defenders, and he kind of falls off a block right there. When you see these things on tape, guys, That's a clear sign that guy is not 100%. Okay, clear sign that guy is not 100%. Now let's go QB sneak. Love it. Love the operation. Good stuff. All right. We don't sit here and evaluate quarterback sneaks. We got a lot to do today. All right, 312 right here. You jump into a very similar bunch, okay? And here comes the 50, the bear front again, okay? Motion kind of indicating, let's see what we're getting. Looks like quarters defensively from those guys, okay? Looks like quarters from those guys. And as soon as you get it, right, you attack, right? If you're getting quarters, meaning or some type of zone covers, meaning if this guy's got this portion of the field, this guy's got this portion of the field, this guy this portion, y'all get it? Quarters. Y'all are smart around here nowadays. If we got quarters, we can run a comeback out here, right, against zone coverage against this bunch. All right, so we're getting zone coverage. We're seeing this 50 bear front, all good stuff. Georgia kind of matriculating the football, now getting 19, 18, 20-yard hitters off of the fact that Alabama's playing zone. The first play of the football game, right, with the little arrow screen to Bowers out in there, or the arrow, quick arrow out in the flat to Bowers because they were playing zone. This comeback right here to McConkey because you're playing zone, okay? It's not going to be like that forever. Here we go, back into the 50 bear front from Alabama against the bunch, okay? And here's what you see Coach Saban talking about after the game. He's like, man, they were basically the first possession taking our best player, that's 15, and just kind of isolating him, getting rid of him, okay? Just taking him out of the picture for us and just saying, all right, we're just going to run away from him. We're not going to have to worry about him, okay, in the pass protection game because he's going to be – he has pass responsibility. That's why he's on his heels right now, guys, because if the ball were to get flown out or thrown out here, he's got responsible for it, okay? So you're seeing all these things happen to start the football game. Now you get into a conventional 3-by-1, all right? Conventional 3-by-1. And you got 3 hats for 3 hats. Center, right guard, right tackle. They blitz Jihad Campbell. Okay, Tate Ratledge does a great job picking it up in B gap. All right, and y'all get a hat on a hat out here, and it's basically nothing but Kendall Milton in the safety. All right, and this is your best run of the football game, right? I think it's probably your best run of the football game. Is your best run of the football game, not probably. No need to say probably. Here's a look at it, okay? Great job, Tate. Great job, 77. I would like to see you not catch this, okay? Boom. You see how he's catching it? I'd like to see you not catch that 77, a.k.a. 63. Boom. But great job there, too. 6 looked disinterested towards the end of that from the box. But how could you not be? It's an automatic touchdown, essentially, okay? All right, H-back insert, okay? This is 2023's ISO, baby, all right? Everybody just pick a man. Everybody just pick a man. We're going to insert the H-back on the mic, and we're going to say, whoo, let's go, baby. Let's go, baby. This is H-insert, all right? H-insert right down your face, right into your gullet right here from a defensive standpoint. See him right there hop into A-gap? Look at him. Watch him hop right into A. I saw Tennessee do this first on film last year, and since Tennessee started whipping everybody's ass with it, I've seen a bunch of teams start using it. I should take that back. Alabama used to do this a lot with Najee Harris, so it wasn't the first time I saw it. But H-back insert is something that you guys don't do, Georgia, all right, but these guys do, and they do it successfully, all right? You're catching right there at front side inside linebacker. Watch 33. All right, that's happening at 2 and 3 yards, and we're catching that instead of meeting that. I would imagine that's what we're talking about in the meeting room this morning. It's a hell of a play by Malachi. It's a hell of a play by Malachi Starks, okay? When they're rushing 3 now, this is different. This is different than that first look. That first look, they brought up 3 guys, right? They had an end, a nose, an end, a Mike, a Will, and then they had C.J. Allen standing right here, right? This is a totally different look. Now they've got 4 down, all right, and Smile Mondon standing over here. When they did this, they dropped one of them into a spy, rushed 3, 4, maybe 5, and then everybody else played some type of zone coverage, which is what they get right here, or what they give Milroe right here. So defensively, again, it was about getting pressure on him, always spying him, doing all these things, but it was also about being able to change the looks, which is something that they did right here. Now, I could have sworn, because this guy's history says he would have. Now, he's been better about it lately, but I could have sworn he was going to turn the ball over eventually because he was back there holding the football forever. And from the box, which at Georgia, or the bins, we're like sitting in the corner of the stadium, so we're almost getting like an all-22 perspective. Man, it looked like he was almost like skittish, almost like couldn't process it, read it out fully. I could have sworn he was going to turn the football over, but he never did. Okay, never ever did. And honestly, it was more of this. It was more of him finding guys and threading needles than it was anything else. Okay, this is a great play by 24 on what would have been and should have been a completion here on 2nd and 4. All right. I'm going to 5. Now, this is something you heard Nick Saban talk about during the broadcast. I went back and listened, okay? Saban does a much, not better. Saban does this thing where he's actually like honest in these TV broadcasts. Okay, he'll give you a little tidbit. Okay, he said the guy's got to start seeing it a little better. We're giving him some answers, right? He said something about that with regards to Milroe. Watch this on 3rd and 4 here. Okay, boom, there it is. Hey, there's the spacer. He's clearing, all right? And guess who starts getting hit later on in the football game? Guess what they start doing later on in the football game, right? All this space right here, all this space from where this rush has gone upfield and these offensive linemen have all done this, right? Guess who starts occupying it? Alabama. As an offensive coordinating staff and as a quarterback, they all said, okay, we are very much so clearing them out. So when we do, hey, we got this 17. When we do, let's just run him flat and see if he can get to the space into the sticks. And that's eventually what ultimately happens. Again, minor adjustments. Look at it right here in the replay. This is something that you could hear them coaching throughout these TV broadcasts like little hitters after like the first quarter. Hey, what's going on with your quarterback? How can you get things processed a little bit better? Well, he's got to see it a little bit better. That's an exact example right there. Got to see it just a little bit better. 17's clearing right there. No need to put that ball at somewhat risk with safety help over the top. Okay, we're going to 5:31. Right here, Georgia's next possession. This is just, I don't know how to explain this. I don't know how to coach it out. I'm just telling you, it hasn't happened all year. All right, this is lack of execution in a major football game. And this is going to be a theme of tonight, guys, so just go ahead. All right, by the way, I forgot to tell everybody, we gotta get y'all commenting something. So first 100 people, first 100 people to comment, damn dogs, just like that, damn dogs. It's got to have that tone, damn dogs. In the YouTube chat, there you go. We're going to give you three of y'all out of the 100. We're going to give y'all free 2 months over on patreon.com/Brooks Austin. So now that we got that out. Oh, and also, by the way, shouts out to our friends over at the Athletic Collection and our friends at PrizePicks. PrizePicks.com, promo code Brooks. All that good stuff. Now we got it out the way. But anyways, damn dogs in the chat. All right, first 100 people get entered into a selection, all right, to get 2 free months over on patreon.com/Brooks Austin. All right, here's the problem. It's a lack of execution over and over and over and over again, all right? From a standpoint of they just beat you in several different plays, several key plays, all right? And you stack these up over and over again like this right here. Why are you overrunning him? You have ran this play a dozen times, all right? We know the ball's coming back out here, all right, if it gets pulled, or excuse me, hold on. They pulled this ball, right? Yes, they pulled this ball and threw the arrow. Here. They're trying to get Bowers out into the flat. But when when Dominic overruns Malachi Moore right here and gets back over the top, he's the one who ultimately blows this play up and ultimately blows the drive up because this ball on the 12 to start the football game, we're trying to get an explosive out to our tight end right here, put him one-on-one with Caleb Downs, and instead we give up a -3. The play fake, the ball fake from Carson Beck had me thinking the daggum Kendall Milton got the ball. This is great action right here from these two. All right, that to me, at every portion of that, that's why I hesitated on my notes. Every portion of that made me think run right there. Boom. Even the counter action, that's a really, really good job, but the play gets blown dead because 6, overruns his man. We have got to stay on the upfield shoulder on that. That's like coaching point number 1. It's coaching point number 1. All right, here's this bunch look. All right, here's the bunch look. Now watch, okay? Here's that same look. All right, earlier they hopped into that bear front, right? They motioned away. All right, as soon as Dominic Lovett got pulled, they started bumping, getting into what looked like cover 3, some type of zone coverage. Now watch this. Watch what happens, okay? Watch what the defense does this time. All right, as soon as the motion goes, look who travels. 13 rolls with them. They're in a traditional 4-down front. All right, they're not playing with nothing. They're like, all right, guess what? These six right here, these 6 are going to handle your 6 plus the back. That's what we think now as a defense. And we're going to take everybody else and we're going to play them out. All right, we're going to play it out. We're going to play man-to-man, and we're going to leave these 2 safeties, this number 6 over here, and then we're going to put number 2 over here, and they're going to have their eyes on you, and they're just going to be standing like this all game long, and now they're free players. All right, that's what the adjustment was from Alabama, and it was a major one. All right, it was a major one. It immediately causes problems. You can see Beck starting to hold the football just a little bit off the rip. Immediately starts to cause problems. I thought this ball was almost caught. Again, hey, look, not to do the thing. We're going to get to a 4th and 4 play later. It looks very, very similar. Diving catch. Hey, guy's got to go get his hands underneath it. Who can make a play? Not saying Ladd should have made this play. I'm saying a healthy Ladd could have made this play. All right? That's all I'm saying. Y'all want to talk about differences. It's a 3-point football game. All right? It wasn't just a field goal off the post. It's little plays like this because Isaiah Bond on the same sideline, all right, at the same angle on the same type of play on 4th and 4 is going to dive and get his hands up underneath it and at least make it questionable that it was a catch, even though we all know now it wasn't. But it was called a catch on the field. This one hits the turf. It is literally a game of inches. We'll see it in the replay right here. Literally a game of inches. It's the difference, man. When you talk about 3-point football games and what we all think is a national title, all right, that's the difference. Getting our hands up underneath that ball or being able to get our hands up underneath that football. But you saw the adjustment. That's the whole key to this possession, guys, to notice what Alabama just did. All right, and this is stuff you can only do if this guy's on the field. All right, this is number 2. This is Caleb Downs. This is the best high school football player, best high school position player I've ever evaluated. Went to high school about 12 miles down the road from me right now. All right, he's a dog. All right, he's an absolute freak. This is the number 1 tight end we've all ever evaluated, right? Well, Georgia's going to run his butt on a seam shot, and watch Caleb Downs play up underneath this. They're going to high-low him, but they're going to high-low him with this guy, with a true freshman safety, essentially playing Willie. Right? He's basically playing will linebacker right now. And watch him get up underneath this. Oh, and now he's going to sit underneath it. All right? And it might be a hold. It might be a PI. It might be whatever you want to call it. But it's tremendous coverage. All right? It's tremendous coverage, and he gets away with whatever contact was on the play. Watch this. Watch him play up underneath because he knows he's got safety help, right? He knows he's got this guy over the top. And there's that other guy playing safety help, right? That is the definition of 2-man under. I know you guys be playing Madden. Inside leverage, corner in man, linebacker that's AKA a safety in man. All right, it's a lot of dudes that could cover, and it's what we told you this week. If anybody can cover you, it's this football team, and that's a great cover. That is a tremendous cover for a guy who, by the way, guys, he's a tremendous player. Y'all going to find out when he gets his NFL Combine measurables. He's not a huge dude. He's not, but he's extremely explosive. The best athlete, he's never in a bad spot, right, is Caleb Downs. So there you go. Tremendous coverage, and in that drive in alone right there in the first quarter. Look, that's the other thing about Saban's adjustments right there. He did not wait at all. Boom, immediately. Hey, 4 down front, 2-man high, don't mess with them. Just we're going to be all right. We're not worried about their run game anymore. Immediately. How did he? Well, he's the GOAT, right? He's the greatest of all time. All right, so there it was. Back over to Alabama offensively. This was a quarterback design pin and pull. I thought this was beautiful. Watch what they do to the center here. They ran this multiple times on Saturday, and every single time, like in this example right here, look, they knew what the deal was. It's ball at the 49. We are 1 first down. We are 2 first downs from automatic points in a game that we know is going to be decided by a small margin, right? So as soon as we get the rock in situations like this, we are going to ensure points. We are going to ensure points. How do we do that? We get the quarterback involved in the run game. All right, we throw design quarterback runs that we really haven't put on tape all year. Watch this center action, okay, from 56. Okay, he's going to hold in the middle for a second. He's going to hang out. Okay, 1 Mississippi. Boom, and now he's out. Woo! I love that. Coach, if you'd have put that one in for me, dog, we'd have been eating, cuz I'd have took you out for dinner. Full stop. Watch 45. Watch the spin action from 45 as well. Very, very much so a play they put in seemingly this week. I haven't seen that one on tape. Georgia didn't respond as if they had seen it on tape. Watch what this H-back action does to these defenders. Watch all these guys flow, 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 okay? Ultimately, the quarterback's going back this way with a center help as well, okay, and the H-back as well. It's a tremendous concept here from Tommy Rees and this offensive staff. Look at that. Boom. And I think, honestly, if 45's on his horse, that one might have been 6. Might have been 6. Oh, this is a oh no no. This is a oh no no. Oh no no no. This is the yank from 77 right here. We talked about it all week. I thought they were a tremendous holding football team. They hold better than anybody I've seen, honestly. And they do it clean. They do clean holding, right? Where I got hands inside we'll call them the pits. I got hands inside the pits, and I'm doing one of these, right? We call it the steering wheel. I'm doing one of these steering wheels, running our DBs, running our D-beaters, right? And doing all that good stuff. Watch 77 in here. This could be called a hold in a lot of, football games. That kind of push and pull, yanking on the guy. But ultimately, and especially since we got an underhook, that's probably a hold in my book. I told you it was going to happen all week. I would have prepared referees, umpires, line judges. I would have prepared everybody for it. I imagine they did as well as a football coaching staff. So they end up getting one called later on in the football game. But I thought 77, 65, 52, 52 on the left side. They do a really, really good job of getting away with these steering wheel actions that are technically holds. Okay. We are not allowed to use our hold in order to move the framework of the body. Watch this right here. And it always comes with the double team. As the double team comes, I don't know, man. I don't know. They end up calling him for one later. But like I said, they're really good at it. You can't sit here and bitch about it if it's something they get away with consistently. That means they're good at it. Okay? Oh no, 78. I ain't seen this one. We ain't going to watch it long. We're going to let everybody see it because it's already been on social media. All right, but I haven't seen a nose tackle from Georgia get rolled like that in a fat minute. Yeah, so there you go. That's a problem. All right, look at the line of scrimmage, man. I did not expect this. I did not. I'm not going to lie to you. I did not expect this Alabama offensive line. People are going to say, but Brooks, it's Alabama. They have not done this on tape. They have not put this on tape until Saturday. They showed up pissed off, man. They showed up acting like they was trying to make Josh pay right for all that stuff he was talking about this summer. They was talking about we bullying folks. They showed up at the SEC championship game and bullied the shit out of that offensive or defensive line for a minute. All right, that is a different level. That is a different offensive line than we've been seeing on tape all year, man. There's another replay of it. They doing my man Nas dirty. Woof. Look like his ankle rolled on him, but still, that's in a bad spot. Here's the zone pressure look, right? They're going to spot Chaz. I'm not blaming Chaz Chambliss on this play. I think he did the right thing. I think he pressed and went after the quarterback as the spy at the right time. I'm just saying, if this were to happen right now, right? Let's say it happened to the field. If this were to happen to the field, does anybody in the chat right now expect 92 to run that one down? No. But it's good news because everybody else is in zone coverage, so they have their eyes on him. Again, I'm not blaming this play on Chaz. I think this play is more about 4 being special than 32 having done this wrong or 97 having fallen on his face or anything like that. I think 4 is just a really, really good football player. All right, it's why I said what I said after the game. I thought he was the best football player in this game. He was the best player on the field because he was doing stuff like this pretty much all game. All right? But again, like if we end up getting into a one-on-one Jalen Milroe versus Chaz Chambliss, not saying that's what this play boiled down to, but it might have. It might have. .829. All right, 1st and 10 for Alabama. How do you ensure points? How do you make sure, hey, let's continue to have, positive success right here offensively? Well, you run the same play you just ran out of a different look, right? It's that quarterback keeper, wide zone option right here. They got 84, Nye Black lead blocking. They got 19, the gadget back we told you about this week blocking. They got the, read option going back that way, and then they're going to add the quarterback in here. I believe in NCAA 14, this one's called quarterback wrap. But they're not out of 21 personnel adding the front side or the back side back into the equation either. All right. 32's left stuck, kind of holding ground right there because he's got somebody crossing his face and he's got the running back read option. So we're putting him in conflict. We're not going to block him while adding 2 hats for these 2 guys. All right. So just numerically, they have schemed you up. They have schemed you up right now. So somebody's got to overcome and defeat a block. So who's going to do it? Is 22 going to beat a block? Is 6 going to beat a block? 6 keeps it stretched. It's still ultimately an 8 or 9 yard gain. But again, Alabama going back to the well of things that they know, hey, this is going to be or should be positive yardage. Let's go ensure points. Let's go make sure we continue to have positive drives right here. I'll always talk to defensive linemen, and the first thing I tell them is that get off will solve all the world's problems. If we can get off the football and we can settle our feet, we're ultimately going to be able to be a disruptor. So great job right here at 52. First of all, watch him pop out of his stance. Watch his hips uncoil immediately. Watch this, okay? He's the first one off the rock. Okay, boom. All right, he's already at, near, or behind the line of scrimmage. Now, we get there, let's settle. Okay, let's not play way too out front over our front feet. Look at our line. Look at our body composure. We're not playing out here, right? We're not going to get juked. We're not going to get messed up. We're not going to get made miss, right? It's a great job right there by 52 of doing everything. Getting off the football, okay, settling our feet, playing underneath ourselves, and then finishing the play. Like I said, though, get off solves everything. When we have a good get off, we're going to get past that center that's supposed to be trying to get a chip on us as we block back. It's probably also a misread by Milroe, if I'm being 100% honest. I don't know why I said it that way. Probably supposed to keep that on the backside. When the 3 tech comes that far upfield, yeah, you should be keeping that ball. But again, not a midline option quarterback. It's not what he's used to doing, okay? Where are we going? 9:29 right here. All right, this is something that I think Shu, it's the only tendency I've ever seen the man have. The only tendency I've ever seen the man have. And this is it. This is the only one you can ever prepare for. You ready? 3rd and medium to long, ball in field goal range, nearing on the verge of the kicker's range. So in other words, if I sack this quarterback right here, we're going to force those no points. We got 0 now, all right? But if we allow him to do anything, or if we don't risk or if we don't get a negative play, in other words, we're just gifting them 3 points. So a lot of defensive coordinators or offensive coordinators will play for 3 or play to just give up the 3, meaning keep everything in front. Don't risk anything. Hey, just get the guy on the ground. Let's get the field goal unit on here. Georgia, in these situations, they will dial you up, all right? They will 100% dial you up in these situations. But again, it's the only tendency, and it's just in this portion of the field on this down and distance. He goes completely cover 0. Check this out. All right, he's going to run late, by the way, 22 over here. So now we have 1, 2, 3 defensive backs for 1, 2, 3 options over here. You clearly have man coverage over here. By the way, 24, the other safety, is standing right here with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys on the line of scrimmage right here. Now, you would presume one of them's the spy, maybe 24. We're going to assume 24 is maybe a free player right here. That's, as an offense, all we really know. But we know right now, hey, whoa, cover 0. They only have 4 guys out there for the 4 guys we have in a route, and there you see the look. They end up rushing 5, 2 spies, okay? And, yeah, they get after him, and he ultimately gets the football off and almost gets it completed. Dan Jackson doing a good job running with Isaiah Bond. Something that I didn't think coming into this football game I'd be saying, hey, yeah, Shu. Yeah, Shu. Talk about being aggressive. All right, this is 17 on 17. This is Isaiah Bond in bump and run with Dan Jackson. Not on the bingo card, all right? Was not on the bingo card from a defensive schematic standpoint going into this football game. No, I did not expect to see it. Damn sure did not expect to see it executed by Dan Jackson. Great job, 17. I see you, baby. Fresh off the bench. Man ain't played it forever. He been hurt. Come right off the bench and strap. Come right off the bench and strap. I see you. I see you. Where are we going next? We're going to 950. Okay? I felt like they ran counter decently well, man. I really did. I thought they ran counter relatively well on Saturday. I thought there were some adjustments from Alabama. They ultimately ended up start spilling you. Probably should have logged it. We'll talk about it a little bit later. But, yeah, there you see them jump in again into that 4-down front. Not that traditional odd. And there you see the motion that kind of indicates it. But here's my thing. When I see this from the box, okay, or should have seen this from the box, that's number 2, the safety that has now had to roll down. They got another safety standing right here. But they motion over here, and it looks to me like now they're playing a 2-over-2 game with 11 and 1 and 3. But watch what happens, okay? As soon as 2 reads run, watch 2 suck down into this picture right now. Okay, his eyes are nowhere to be found on Arian Smith. Arian Smith's running down the boundary to the top side of the field by himself, okay? So not saying that like immediately you have to go to it, but they do come back to something very, very similar, all right? And Alabama has started to note, like they noticed drive 1, we need to make an adjustment. And it's still we're like 2 drives into this now of them having the adjustment, all right? And we're not making any type of differences. We're not doing anything differently to attack what they've now done to us, okay? We'll see. This is a decent look at nub right here, okay? We talked about it last week. Get into nub, okay, because they'll leave you man-on-man, man-to-man coverage on the backside. So we talked about, so people were asking me, hey, did they get into nub? This is a version of it, but they broke their principles, okay? This is number 1. This is Kool-Aid McKinstry. They left the corner over there. So now you no longer have this quote-unquote mismatch or what we thought might have been a mismatch with Brock Bowers one-on-one with a safety type or nickel type, all right? It's actually one-on-one with a corner type, and you're just, that's not the one that you wanted, right? They end up forcing it and finding a way to get to it a little bit later, and I'll show you that one. So they ultimately get to it. I know people were asking, they're like, hey, man, where are all the adjustments? Where's the coordinator? Where's the stuff that we've been doing all year? They got to some of it, okay? And they tried to have some adjustments off of them. Now, this was the only concerning thing to me. I noticed this a lot from the box. It's the first time all year the operation looked shitty at times, where it's like, why is Arian Smith on the wrong side of the formation? We don't get to see it, but you can see it from the box. Why is he on the wrong side of the formation with 11 seconds left on the play clock? He's having to run all the way over, okay? Carson's having to tell him where to go and then tell Dejon where to motion. And by the way, he's telling him to stop right there. He completely runs to the bottom of the screen. This is the first time all year I've looked at it and said, damn, the operation is sloppy as hell. That is not par for the course for these guys. They end up having to burn a timeout. And you can see Carson going like, what the fuck are we doing? What are we doing out here? What the hell is going on? It happened several times, especially down the stretch of like, why are you late to switch? Why is that guy on the wrong side? Why is your alignment messed up? What is going on, man? What is going on? Ultimately cost you a timeout right there on that play. Okay? I mean, Dom, this is it again. Now, I understand that normally this is somebody else, and normally I wouldn't be asking you to do this. But this is Dominic Lovett. That is Dallas Turner. All right, that is a tough assignment. I'm well aware. All right, but we have got to make that guy go up underneath us. All right, we have got to make that guy go up underneath us. If he goes over the top of us, we lose. We will lose this rep every single time. And that's exactly what happens here on 3rd and 2 as you go back again to a truck sweep. Watch 6. Okay, we were physical. We put our hands on him, but we got shucked off immediately. All right, 71 slow out of his stance. Looks almost surprised that Dallas Turner is standing there because he should be. All right, there's a whole lot else going on wrong on this play as well. Micah Morris, the front side left guard's blown up by Tresman Marshall in the hole. He looks surprised by the run stunt as well. Everybody on their heels on a play where we're supposed to be trying to eventually get back downhill. Okay? The only person, in my opinion, that is doing their job from Alabama defensively because they made a good read or because they are better than everybody else or because they are running or they're doing right, is this guy right here. He reads this like that. He is downhill like that. That's Caleb Downs again. All right. And he's the one who ultimately sends this play back inside where there's no help. All right. But 15 should have been accounted for. 15 was schematically accounted for. We got him right there. Boom. All right. This guy, if this block is made, right, we get a plus hat. We get a plus hat over here. And guess what? Now you've got what Alabama had with their quarterback buck sweep or their quarterback sweep that we showed you earlier. Except they executed. You did not. All right, you did not. But here's the deal. You can call coordinating again. You can do all that stuff. But we're just in the first quarter, baby. We're just getting started. We are just getting started. Here's a look at it right here. All right, yeah, great play by Tez, but it's also a run game stunt. They're spiking the three tech right here. Boom, they're going across the face of 56, and they're plugging right now with 17. So it's a run stunt from Alabama there on 3rd and 2, okay? He blows the play up, as does 2. He's the one who sends it backside, and Trezor Marshall ultimately finishes the play. This next play is a relatively easy run for them in their own end. You can't do this. You can't be missing run fits in their end, right? This is a time where we're trying to occupy and maintain field position right now. We got them pinned up. All right, let's keep them pinned up. TID jumps inside, and here's what I'm thinking out of this look right here. I'm thinking 33 is supposed to fill this gap based off the way 93 does this. You don't see defensive ends at Georgia jump inside like that for no daggum reason. For no reason, you don't see this. Watch this, okay? I think this is on 33, personally, okay? Watch the spike. Okay, now the whole left side's caved. If we don't fill this way, we're screwed. We don't have our run fits, okay? And he ends up continuing to float to his right, I believe. Okay, watch this. Okay, or our right, his left. Boom. Now we're out the back. Safety's one-on-one. Malachi misses a tackle, but they ultimately get him down. Okay? Look at the movement on the nose again right here. It's a bad one to have be your last one, if it is 78. It's a bad one to have your last one. Okay? He gets bumped and thrown, okay, a full gap into left side of the offensive line. I think we get a replay of this one as well. Okay, watch 78 right here at nose. This is a really good combination block from 65 and 77. Boom. They pump him right where he bends. My coach used to say, hit him where he bends, hit him where he bends, hit him where he bends. What does that mean? That means when I go to hit you, I want to hit you in your hips. Okay, I want to press you in your hips like he did right there. Why? Because that's where I will ultimately throw off your equilibrium. I will throw off your balance if I hit you in this point right here. If I throw your hip off, you're going to fall, okay? Or at least you're going to have bad body positioning, just like that, okay? That's why as defensive linemen, I think they teach y'all to throw your hip into the combination block, if I remember correctly. I don't know how y'all are taught. I know how we're taught. We're taught to attack your hips, all right? We are taught to attack your hips. 2nd and 2 right here, okay? 2nd and 2, guess what? We told you all week, they get into plus territory. If they get 2nd and 2, if they get into plus sticks ahead of schedule, bombs alert, bombs alert, bombs alert, all right? And here we go. They try to take a shot, all right? Everyone bails out, and guess what he does? He takes the coaching, okay? Coach gave him some coaching points. Hey, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Take it in the flat. Take it in the flat. Boom. There it is in the flat. They get 7 yards on 2nd and 2. Would have been a bigger play if 7 doesn't make the play out there on the edge. Okay? I thought you defended this play really well. This was the quote-unquote triple arrow that we worried about all week last week. That was their base package, if you will. They ran it a whole hell of a lot against LSU because they couldn't defend it. I thought Georgia did a really good job of defending what we called, again, the triple arrow. We talked about it all week last week, and they gave it to you. All right, what you didn't stop was the quarterback buck off this same look, right, that we've shown you already, that they did out of different looks, okay, with the H-backs and the additional tight end pulling the center. We've already shown you that, okay? But I thought I should show you that because I thought you did a really good job this week of defending this play with what looked to be man coverage on that play. Great job by Bull. Great job by Bull right there. He makes a great play, and then I think he makes a big penalty here right after this, okay? if I remember correctly. We're going to 12:25. I just figured, like I said earlier, I figured eventually he'd turn the ball over like this. Just pat, 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 wait, wait, wait. Always throwing off of his heels, never throwing with like 100. Like, he don't rip these balls. Look at this. He just kind of floats it, kind of flicks it, and just kind of, you know what I mean? I could have sworn he was going to eventually throw some type of interception doing this. But he never did. He never did. He never turned the football over. That was probably the wildest thing to me. He never once turned it over. Big, explosive right there, plus the 15 after the fact. Can't be doing that. It's just playing a little bit too aggressive right there, 22. A little bit too aggressive. Just run him out of bounds. We don't have to put our hands on him. We don't have to put our hands on him. See a bunch of replays of that play. Now, this was something I talked about. I sent it to the Discord. I thought this was a little microcosm of kind of how this is played, how this game was played. This doesn't happen. This hasn't happened all year. This dude right here, Chaz Chambliss, has ran through the face of every human that has dared step to him. Okay, I have yet to see a human being bring the shit to Chaz Chambliss's doorstep and say, here you go, Bubba, head snap. You know, I have not seen it yet. In fact, in his career, I have not seen it. This dude did it. 45 did it right here. All right, and don't do this. Don't tell me he's on his heels because he's got quarterback, because he does not. All right, Smile Mondon's got quarterback right here, looks to me. He's fitting outside. All right, so here we come. We got H back on an insert zone coming back at us. We have seen down block. We are now in turn and spill mode. Y'all have seen 32 run through the ever-loving face of every human that he has played against in his entire career. Watch what 45 does right here. Bam! All right, he brings that smoke. All right, and that right there, this right here was the microcosm of what happened at the line of scrimmage. Whap! All right, that's it. Boom. That is a very, very staunch definition of how this football game went on the line of scrimmage, in my opinion. 45 bringing that stick to somebody who never gets hit like that. All right? Wham. That's a guy who has ran his face through everybody. Going to 13-28. They had a replay. They ended up running a quarterback draw right here. They're trying to talk to Saban. Saban's giving us the goods. Saban was giving us the goods right there. All right, 4th and 1 right here. 4th and 1 right here. And here's what I'm talking about. It's the same reason why, it's the same thing I talked about after the football game. This guy right here impacted every single play when they were on the field. Every single play. 4th and 1, they're in I formation. All right. Watch what happens to this guy as soon as the quarterback goes to stick the ball into the belly of the back. Watch how threatened he might potentially be by quarterback keep. Okay. Look at him. His eyes are on the mesh point. He continues to flow upfield until the ball is completely handed off. Why? Why? Because this guy. And look at the difference. This should be right here. Against any other quarterback, that is. He is flat. He is down the line of scrimmage. He is pursuing. He is relentlessly attacking the ball carrier. But instead, he has floated upfield now, and watch what happens. He's going to catch this running back, all right, on his left shoulder, and he's going to give up a first down. Now, I have watched 22 play football for 3 years now, and I'm going to tell you, every other time, he meets that sucker in the hole. He meets that sucker right here, flat, okay, flat, square shoulders, ready to go. But right now, because the quarterback's a threat, we have since veered upfield, something outside of our responsibilities. So even when you had him, all right, even when he was just giving the ball off, look at 22 float upfield right there. All right, and that was the difference. One of the differences in that play right there. Okay, 13 getting washed by 81 right there is not great either. Okay. Man, they did such a good job combo blocking. I bet their hips hurt. Watch what happens to 13 right here. 45 is the one who jumps in right here and ultimately bumps 13's hip and creates this movement. Watch this. Right there. Boom. And that's why 13 falls down, and that tight end ultimately gets up to 33. That's a great job by 81 and 45. It's a really great job. It's a great run concept as well. I think this is one of the pulls that gets actually called. We get a replay of it. This happened several times. Let's say probably 4 or 5 times in this football game where here comes the bump, right? We call it a bump because it looks like a bump. Here comes the bump from 65, all right? And watch what happens as the bump comes. 77 was a notorious ripper. We're going to pull that down, all right, and get a hold. I love the swagoo from the umpire right here. Watch the placement of the flag. Just right at the feet of the defensive lineman over the trash. This right here is a layered flag from the umpire. Look at that. Layered, throwing it over the defender, avoiding the tipped balls. This right here is some awareness from zero, or from from you right here. Some effort. It's some good placement right here. Ooh, the flick of the wrist. Look at the point of the finger. Watch the point of the finger. Woo, just follow through, baby. Good flick, babe. Good flick, babe. Here we go. We told you, super grabby. I love when the analysis hits, right? The rest of the analysis didn't hit, but some of our evals did last week. They attacked the young linebacker, man. You knew it was going to come eventually, okay? You knew it was going to come eventually. Somebody was going to get you, all right, for playing young folks. And this was a prime example. This is 5 getting beat and 5 collisioning the wrong person, okay? They're going to run 45 across his face right here while running the swing from the back. 5's got to fight over the trash. Here's what confused me. I thought 5 knew the assignment when look, right there. When he cheated, okay, when he backed up a little bit, I thought he knew, hey, I've got to clear, right? I'm going to have to clear 24 or clear whatever trash comes my way. I thought that was a key sign of he knew what was coming, in my opinion, or at least was taught to know what was coming. And he collisions for some reason and then continues to try to get back out. We got to avoid all the trash in order to make that play. I remember Tresman Marshall a couple of years ago in this football game doing a very similar thing, okay, and making the play happen. I was against Oregon. It was in a same stadium, okay? But when you're a young backer, man, it's tough. You got your eyes inside all the time, trying to sort out all the trash. The mistake, okay, was collisioning right here. We got to avoid contact, okay? Got to avoid contact when we have the back. Damn sure fast enough. Damn sure fast enough to make sure it doesn't happen to us. Back on the offensive side of the football, man, the game plan never changed for Georgia in the run game, okay? It never seemed to change, even though Alabama's did. Look, they were getting a bear front out of this originally, okay? They were getting a 5 down front, and it makes sense. Hey, when we have a 5 down front, they had the jack standing out here. They had the star standing down here, okay? A true 0, a 3-tech. When they had that look, okay, it made sense. All right, let's not really attack in here. But that's not the case anymore. Now they have a 4 down front, okay? And, you know, they have adjusted. They have adjusted to what was originally an efficient game plan. All right, and now they've got extra hats on the outside. But I said it all week. I thought these dudes in here were going to be really, really tough to move, and that they did a really good job of resetting the line of scrimmage. So I was under the impression that it made sense to me to attack their edges and get these guys running east and west. I could quantify it, right? Or not quantify it. That means I could add it up. But I can make it make sense. I could justify it. All right, I could justify it if I wanted to. Hey, by the way, make sure you're hitting that thumbs up button, like, subscribing, rating, reviewing, firing off in that daggum chat and getting this thing lit up in here, all right? I'm trying to get to 1,000 mofos up in here watching this film study while we're live. That would be dope. Give Bama credit. I told you, Alabama's head coach, Nick Saban, I don't know why I said it like that. Nick Saban said after the football game, we opened in a bear front because we didn't think we could do this. We didn't think we could hold their run game with just 6 guys. And that's exactly what they did right there, forcing a 3rd and short right here. Okay? Great job, 4. Great job, 4. This play happens right here. This first down gets picked up because of number 4. This is how we duo, right? This is how we duo. Boom. On the defensive end, virtually by ourselves. We're getting a little bit of help from Truss. We're going to continue to run our feet, all right? And that's how you make a play happen right there. Also, something else going on that clip that we're going to talk about in Discord because, hey, get your money. Protect your money, cuz. for all sake and all means, protect that bread, cuz. We'll talk about it in Discord. Trust me, okay? Just ask me about it because I know y'all will. It's one of them times of the year. I bet somebody done hit the portal while we're sitting here doing this film study anyways. So who knows? At this point, man, all right, so this, whatever y'all did here, you got them into man coverage. or excuse me, zone coverage. Okay, this motion, how they responded to it, they bailed out and played zone, all right? He bailed into a third. This guy tried to run back to the middle of the field. This guy ran down. This guy's got deep thirds. So whatever we did here, schematically, motion, set, formation, I would be grabbing my Sharpie right about now, ladies and gentlemen, and I would be up in that box, and I'd be circling every single formation or dotting every single formation that we got into and motion that we got into that forced zone coverage. Because at this point in the game, guys, we're 2 minutes into the second quarter. Holy smokes, we're on 2 minutes into the second quarter. We're 2 minutes into the second quarter, okay? And we can't get open, all right? We can't get open against man coverage to start this football game, all right? So here we go. Got to start seeing it. I'd be flagging these clips because these are the successful plays, right? We got guys running into grass like we have all year. We have eaten and destroyed man coverage all year long, all right? Or excuse me, zone coverage all year long. So however, whatever we did to get them into that, we need to make sure it happens again. I thought he had Bowers here if he really wanted to, but Bowers working the deep over, so not into the correct window, okay? But again, hey, I'm grabbing the highlighter. I'm grabbing the Sharpie. That one did it, zone coverage, right? And I'm writing the coverage, cover 3, C3, right next to it. That's what the analysts are supposed to be doing in the box, man. That's their job, to not let the coordinator get overwhelmed, man. Coordinator's got a lot of shit going on. He's trying to see a lot of stuff. Your job is to sit there and go, ooh, hey, this one made them do this, right? That's what your job's supposed to be doing. As this football game goes on, all right, they start coming to this comeback route right here. All right, this is how this, everybody take a mental picture. Okay, this is how this one starts on this first comeback that they throw against this split man safety. Look, all right, that's the first one. Now, watch how this develops throughout this football game, because it ain't going to be like that moving forward. It ain't going to be like that moving forward. That space gets tighter and tighter and tighter and tighter as the game proceeds. Watch this, man. Watch this safety close ground. It's one of these safeties. Watch how quickly this picture goes from open to closed. Okay, watch this. Oh, we got Cedric Van Pran out here. Boom. All right. We got the out block. We got the out block. Cedric's got that sealed. We got that sealed. We have a lane. We have a lane. Watch how quickly. This is at 2 yards at the line of scrimmage. As we meet the line of scrimmage, we look like we got a 7-8 yard gainer. Watch how fast. Watch how fast 2 comes into the picture. Whoop, there he is. All right, down on the ground. What some weeks has been a massive explosive for Georgia. 5 yard gain. 5 yard gain, and hey, that was one you licked up, right? You got that thing blocked as good as you humanly possibly could get it blocked. Here comes the safety. Wham. All right. So there you go. Again, watching from the box, it was so evident how quickly their safeties were keying in on run. Those guys were running alleys, sticking, and playing with a free hat all day long, okay? All day long. We are already an hour in. Make sure you're hitting that thumbs up button, like, subscribe, and rate and reviewing. Okay, we got some more going. We got way more to go, okay? Way more to go. I contemplated just doing this one straight up, just running it, all right? And I think that's what I'm going to do. I don't think I've ever seen a corner play this concept this well. This should be a touchdown. Okay, again, flagging everything that puts him into zone coverage. This looks like it. All right, Terrion Arnold's going to have responsibilities for this deep third. All right, he might be trapped in man, actually. But he has been bumped into zone coverage over here. He's going to be responsible for whatever comes into this area over here and somehow floats into the picture on this deep over right here. This is an NFL football play from Kool-Aid McKinstry. He ends up playing both routes. All right, we're going to get a good replay of it here in a second. Going to get a good replay of it here in a second. I might just text the boys and say, hey, we just might not be doing show tonight. We might be doing film study tonight. There you see it. Great job by Gary explaining what's happening right there. Look, he plays both. They played the comeback. That looks closed as he gets to the top of his drop. All right. And then he's going to float into this one as well. He's going to play both. He's going to take care of 2 right here. Boom. Woo. Inches away from an interception. But I thought the concept was good, right? Concept was good. It's a winner. Normally. This sequence was really weird to me. Really, really weird to me. All right, he gets tackled. They're in hush or hurry mode. They're like on the ball right now, on the ball, on the ball. Look at this, look at this, look at this. All right, 3rd and 6, 3rd and 6, boom. Ball has been set. You are free to go right now. Alabama is still trying to get set. But here's the thing. They have ran nothing but 2-man for the last, like, I don't know, 25 snaps that we've looked at. So why do we need to check with me? Why do we need to check with me right now? We know what they're running. They're in 2-man. So watch this. They get all the checks in. They get the calls in. They flip. Dominic Lovett on the other side. All right, they bring somebody back over here. They get everything set. Everything's all right. All right, everybody running around. Guess what? They're still in 2-man. Ain't shit changed. All right, but you got into something that you should think should beat 2-man, right, Coach? Right, that's what we think. All right, so what we going to do? What we going to do, Coach? We got 2-man. We got HDMI crapping out. We got 2-man, right? Here we are. 1 safety, 2 safety, man coverage, man coverage. But here's the deal. They're playing outside leverage, okay? They're playing outside leverage. They have turned to each other, and they have gone like this. We've talked about this. They're playing some sort of bracket, meaning, hey, if we got a breaker in, we're going to transfer that off to whoever's over there because we got 3 guys for 2 guys, and we're going to leave this one hanging out. We're going to trap him in case they run anything into the flat out here, secondarily. So here we go. Let's watch. Let's watch what happens. Hey, Coach, 3rd and 7. Got to have a winner, right? It's 2-man. Got to have a winner. Where's the winner? Well, first of all, nobody at the sticks. Okay, we are short of the sticks. We are short of the sticks is our hot. All right, and we are far beyond the sticks. Nobody in the picture. All right, elsewhere. Okay, so I don't know. I don't know what the concepts are. Let's see if we get a replay. Okay, let's see if we get a replay. Let's see. Good scramble. Good job, 15. He takes care of it because they are in 2-man, so he gets us right. He converts a 3rd down for us. But let's look at the concepts because, again, everybody wants to be Johnny criticism with regards to the coordinator. All right, so it looks like we have a comeback or a little whip out over here. Looks like Dominic Lovett sits and whips. And then looks like we have a deep over here. And looks like we have some kind of sit and whip from 84 as well. Okay? So some stuff running to his face. Some stuff we've ran all year long. Great job from Alabama passing it off. Great job from 15 pulling the ball down. My God, does the pocket look hairy. Look how hairy that pocket looks, man. Ain't nothing clean today. Ain't nothing clean today. $18.38 right here. Everybody in the chat, run it up the middle. Why didn't they run it up the middle? Why didn't they run up the middle? Woo, they brought them hats, cuz. Like, that's what they did. They showed up ready to play inside that line of scrimmage, okay? Ain't nobody getting moved. Right here at the front side left guard and center, all right, we're getting split on that double team. That guy is lower than us. That guy's helmet is at our hips, all right? We are turned sideways. Our offensive line is not hip to hip. He has completely separated us, which means we will not get movement on him. I don't care how hard we push. We are just going to stand there at the line of scrimmage just like that, all right, staring at each other going, damn, we didn't move that guy, did we? Nope. He's standing right there and blowing up the play. So, again, execution, they're doing a good job beating you, forcing you into a lack of execution, those types of things. That's how football games are won and lost right there. This is a log read. I can't believe they didn't come back to it. This is a log read from everybody, and they would have had a good little play here, I think. Okay, they got 19 jetting out here. I love to see Bobo leaving tea leaves. We know this. All right, here's 21 personnel, it's 12 personnel, but it looks like 21. They got Brock Bowers in at running back, all right, with still having the tight end on the field in Oscar Delp. All right, what they're trying to see right now is if he runs into the flat, will this guy take him? And that's exactly what happens. All right, so assuming this clears this guy and takes care of him, now we got a defensive end that has really squeezed and played flat. All right, so we should probably get in a log there, and we should probably be getting a log from the tight end out here to bounce this play out to the outside. Not this time. This time, they kind of get it messed up here. But again, this is what you're supposed to see from the box. And again, y'all got all these iPads sitting right there. Y'all got all the coaches' copies available for you. The next time you get the ball, we should be trying to see what counter looks like if we automatically log it. Because I know that's an adjustment on the sideline because I've seen y'all make it. All right, I've seen y'all make it this year. Should have probably came back to that eventually and said, hey, we're going to automatically log this because, again, I like the numbers. Okay, I really like the numbers out there, all right, with all things included. If I don't give some type of criticism every once in a while, people are going to think I'm some kind of guy that's just sugarcoating shit all the time, and that's not the case. All right, I just think sometimes guys beat guys, and sometimes coaches beat coaches. I think this was a combination of both. It was not one or the other. 3rd and 12, you know you're going to get some type of pressure, and that's exactly what happens. Just don't be in these situations, okay? I think Ernest was a little bit concerned with the speed, and he ultimately gets the long arm stick right into the chest. Ultimately gets the long arm stick right into the chest. We're going to replay this. There it is. Boom, long arm stick right into the chest. When we're playing high like that and we're really trying to speed kick out, he's definitely worried about that speed rush. I told somebody in the chat or in the Discord, it wasn't necessarily just about the speed. It was his ability to threaten with speed and then beat you with power was Dallas Turner. Here's the missed field goal. First of all, you get the false start, which is the tiniest of false starts. Watch 55's butt. Just a little pop. A little pop. Chill out, bro. Chill out, bro. Sit in there, okay? Sit in there. I'm texting the producers right now telling them this joint might be 3 hours. Dink! Right off the post. That sucks. 2014, let's go on to the next one. Okay? I thought this PI call was horseshit. I thought it was horseshit. Why are we teaching guys to get their head around? Why are we teaching guys to not only get their head around once, but get their head around twice? He changed shoulders, got his head back around, and we're out here calling PI on this. I thought this was terrible. Okay? I thought they missed this one. This one shouldn't have been called. And then Dalen Everett got away with one later on, and it's a very similar play in the red zone. So I'm gonna call it both ways right here. But I thought that PI call was a little bit horse shit. We're going to 21-02. Here's what's crazy. Here's what's crazy. This right here is played well. Two's got his shoulder square. He has surfed it correctly, meaning he has surfed down the line of scrimmage with his shoulder squares, feet apart, and he is ready to play this quarterback run this way. Except Jalen Milroe, fastest, most explosive guy on the field. I said that this week, okay? I said it this week. This guy runs faster and more explosive than anybody else on the field because he knows where he's going, okay? Two can't quite get him. Two's a 4.5 guy now. He's playing with an injury, but nonetheless, that's a dude that can run. That's a dude that has ran that out every single week this year, and that time he couldn't quite do it. Two NFL guys going at it right there, in my opinion. I don't know how Jalen Milroe's NFL stock looks, but watching Jalen Hurts develop into what he is, developed into at Philadelphia in terms of how hard he is to stop. I'm not saying this guy can do that. I'm saying that there's a possibility, right? Hey, they left plays on the field too. This is the run play right here. Get stuffed or, pick up the first down right there. A second effort play. A second effort play right here from them. Let's go to 22-09. Okay, I thought this was beautiful design. They're going to motion, okay, into a bunch. They're going to take Isaiah Bond and run him on a go or a deep post. Anyways, he runs out of the picture, okay, and then they're going to run 5 or 6 on this out, and then they're going to slow release, all right, the tight end. It's a good way to get FIB, force into the boundary right here. An easy way to do it. And look how symmetrical it gets at one point. At one point, all 3 players are on top of each other. Look at that. At one point, all 3 players are in line with one another. And eventually, one's going to go out, one's going to go up, and one's going to go out. Okay? You guys run that concept as well. It's a good 3-beater. It's a good zone beater. He's right there. But again, they left plays on the field too. Okay? They left plays on the field too. It's a great effort right here. It's a great effort right here, 97. It's an effort sack from 97. Okay? He's just going to run through all the garbage and get the guy on the ground. Running through garbage, getting the guy on the ground. Get another replay of it right there. All right. Now, I thought this was a big boy throw right here on 3rd and 21. They're going to attack your leverage. You're in man coverage single high. All right, here's the safety playing in the middle of the field. Man coverage here, man coverage here, man coverage here. All right, and the safety in Bullard playing off on this guy. All right, and it looks to me like you're going to rush 3 or 4 and drop out one of these guys into some flats, okay? So here we go, or into some hook curls, all right? Let's watch it develop. All right, so he immediately holding the football, or not holding the football, excuse me, immediately knows he's got somebody attacking leverage in nigh black. All right, watch the replay of this. This ball is thrown on a dot. It hits him in the chest with some serious velocity, okay? Doink, right off the number. I think we get a good replay. Yeah, right here. Here you go. So I mean by attacking the leverage. He's playing outside leverage is Malachi Starks. So we're going to run to grass right here. Okay? Good design. Good design and good win. Good ball. Took every bit of a perfect ball to beat Malachi on that play right there, but they did it. They out-executed you and picked up 16 on a play that was just as important as this next one that kind of sucks. All right, now here's my question. All right, everybody knows this one. You've seen it 100 times. It's the 4th and 4 already. All right, this one really, really hurts for most people watching this today, but it is what it is. We're going to evaluate why I think it's kind of horse shit. First of all, they call a timeout. All right, and then they come back out. Now Georgia runs what I think is zone coverage. No, it's actually man. They man it up and sort out the trash on the trips bunch right there really, really efficiently. Okay, Malachi's going to take in. Javon's going to take whatever coming out. All right, and Dalen Everett's going to take the point man right there to sort all that garbage out. All right, now, from his heels, off his toes, he throws this ball, all right, on this man beater, this corner route. Now, they're throwing these corners differently nowadays. Used to, we throw it high to the sky, to the corner, to the actual flag, right, the corner of the end zone. All right, nowadays, we got options basically to, like, throw this guy flat. Meaning, like, if the dude's in trail technique, if we throw a ball out here, our receiver is going to have the ability to cut and flatline to that football better than the corner will. Watch this. You'll see what I'm talking about. Watch 6 up here at the top. We lose him a bit, okay? And we'll get certainly get a replay of it. But you see what I mean when I say throw him flat? Watch how this ball in the air, okay? Watch how Isaiah Bond undercuts this route, okay? He has eyes on it. 6 does not. Okay, 6 is in recovery right there, running that ball back down, okay? And eventually, the wide receiver will get to that ball first, all right? But here's the problem. 40 seconds on the play clock. All right, everybody watch that. I recorded the whole process right here and just tried to figure out how long it took them. It took them long enough for CBS to give us a replay of it, all right? But this isn't the good replay. We needed the other angle to see the other one. Now, here's what I will tell you. Here's what I know about the process, all right? 25 seconds left, they get the ball snapped. All right, so now replay has lost the ability to review this. Now, most people will say, well, Brooks, they only saw this replay. It wasn't until we saw this replay, right, after this next play. We didn't see this replay until afterwards. Correct. However, the actual replay guys, the guys in the booth, they have all of the angles available to them on one big screen. It's like all 70 angles that they have available in the stadium, okay? And they're all replaying at the same time. They're time-stamped, okay? They're replaying it. They have 15 seconds to look at all those views, and the moment anything pops up with any hesitancy at all, blow the play dead immediately. Now, did Alabama do a terrific job of getting immediately on the football and going? Yes. It only took them 15 seconds to get everybody down the field on the football to snap it and to willingly know, hey, we've got a play that might be reviewed because we saw it on our sideline. So you got to kind of tip your cap to Alabama because we're going to see a very similar situation here in just a little bit. Okay? But I think they had plenty of time to get a review call in right there. Again, anything that causes any type of hesitation, which, again, all it took CBS was their TV truck to go, ooh, shit, look at this angle. They had time to slow it down, come back to it the very next play, and have everybody talk about it. So it didn't take their TV crew long to find it. That's what I'm saying. I don't understand this. This is the very next play. You have inside leverage, dude. We have not attacked this guy. We have not been harsh with criticism towards this guy. All right, but Dalen Everett, dude, you're playing inside leverage for a reason because Coach has told you all week you cannot get beat inside. You cannot get beat inside. 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 You get beat inside. You get beat inside. Now, I know he's a savvy route runner, all right? But he did a lot of good things right here. He did a lot of good things, did Jermaine Burton. Right now, he puts you on his back hip, and you're in trouble because he's got you in a two-way lean, all right? Let's see if we get another replay of it. Here we go. All right, here's where we're in trouble. We're in deep shit right about now. As soon as you're on the hip, he's got a two-way go, essentially, all right? And we've given up our inside leverage. It's a savvy route. It's a good route, but we can't get beat inside, man. We got inside leverage. There it was. And I would imagine that would be the most frustrating part as a coach because you're like telling him over and over again, we can't get beat inside all year. We can't beat inside. We can't get beat inside. Can't get beat inside. We get beat inside. All right. I have made the ultimate decision. 71 man. What are we doing? Look at 71. Why are we overrunning this? Come on, man. Sorry, I'm trying to make executive show decisions while I'm on air right now. Let's see here. $25.38. If you've never been in a meeting room, you don't understand how long these things can go. Sometimes they can be 3 or 4 hours. It looks like today we're going to be 3 hours. There's the game plan again. We're going to get outside these jokers. All right, they're going to keep stretching and stressing and stretching and stressing. They liked it. They clearly liked it. All right, you can say that you don't like the game plan, but they clearly had one. All right, the question is, when do you get off of it, right? When do you get off of what you thought going into the football game? For me, probably about the third drive after I saw they were no longer playing bare fronts, probably would have hopped out of it. Now, again, hey, y'all, I think sometimes we judge results on coordinators far more than we do actual like things, right? They're playing two-man. They've been playing two-man the whole time. So now, guess what? Like Bobo does, he's going to throw the beater. Like the same stuff y'all been doing. He's going to throw the arrow screen out here, but he's going to stutter Oscar Delp and try to run him up the sideline. He tried to take hits, man. Watch 41 and 13. They covered him. So are we going to sit here and blame him because Alabama did a good job of covering the shots that he called? I mean, I don't know. I think on camera and on TV, you're like, oh, look, man, another screen. We're not taking shots. No, they're covering shots, bro. They're covering you right there. Boom. Covered. Immediately in our rules, we have to check that ball down. Okay? So, again, either give the other team credit or don't. That's up to you. All right, it's another one of them combination or one of those comeback routes at the top. I'm telling you, we showed you earlier, the space will close. The space will close. It's getting tighter. Now at the reception point, it's getting tighter and tighter and tighter. All right, we're running out of options. Okay? We're running out of options. We've been trying to throw these comebacks. They're gonna get closed on really, really quickly as the game proceeds. Okay, 26-53. I don't like the motion, honestly. I think you would have been better off just staying in Tripp's bunch, out of nub. Tight ends on the backside over here. I think you'd have been better off just lining up 4 and just leaving him over there. Because when we run the motion here on 3rd and short, we're bringing eyes and attention and the safety, right? The safety's going to add in the picture where we're going. So I don't know. Again, a little open for criticism tonight. Got to be after you lose a tight football game like this. But I don't love the motion. I think you would have just been better off. Look at the flow immediately. All these guys are outside leverage, outside lean, outside, boom. And then Terrion Arnold slips number 4. When I saw it from the box, I thought number 4 got run through. He got run underneath. It's a really good job from 3. All right, we're going to skip the next possession because we're already way behind, and y'all forced a 3 and out. So great job forcing a 3 and out. You stop the run twice. You cover them on 3rd down. You get the ball back. All right, and then here we go. Finally taking a shot. Here we go. All right, they ran force into the boundary off of a very similar look. Okay, they're going to give the fake screen action. Okay, and then they're going to run the go ball. Except this time they put 11 in there instead of number 4. Okay, so great job finally getting one called, getting it licked, and getting it explosive. My only question, and I'm sure the question in the chat, why it takes so long. Why it takes so long to get one of those in there. Okay? Looks like cover 6 to me on the replay. We'll get a look at it. But watch the operation. Okay? Ooh, as soon as he bumps down, this looks to me like man coverage with safety help over the top. So over here, they're playing some kind of like two-man game. All right, and down here, it looks like we've got some type of quarters look. Okay, so 2 here, 4 here equals 6 is what I'm thinking we're getting. Okay? So yeah, definitely zone on the bottom, and they end up flooding the zone. Great job getting that ball caught, 11. Great job getting that ball caught, 11. But watch them. They immediately call, for the replay right here. Immediately call for the replay right here. But if you're Georgia, like, this is the difference, okay? It wasn't immediately. We watched it just a few minutes ago. They snapped it at 26 seconds. You're snapping it at 12, okay? You're snapping it at 12. They get the replay call. Oh, sorry. Y'all are running some more plays right here. I'm telling you right now, I've watched this dude just develop as a blocker. This was not him. This is 19, down blocking right here on Dallas Turner. Very similar concept, very similar play design as what we showed you earlier where Dominic Lovett was on the top side and allowed this guy to get up underneath him. Over the top of him. Very similar thing. At least Brock's making him go underneath. But we're just losing him a lot earlier than what this guy's lost anybody all year, right? 77 is blocking his ass off. I thought 77 had a hell of a game, honestly. Hell of a game. 29-23, okay? This is how you tried to get him into a nub set, right? I talked about last week putting the Y on the line and getting number 9 over here into coverage. All right, so when we first saw this, what they ultimately did was kind of bumped Kool-Aid McKinstry in over here into the boundary. They left him over here by himself to cover the tight end. Instead, this time, after putting Bowers into the backfield the last time we saw it, we noticed that they left number 9 over here by himself into that very similar look that we were trying to force. Right? We were trying to force this type of man-to-man coverage look with Brock Bowers in one-on-one. Okay? That's what you're trying to get. And you get it, and you try to force this football in. 9 does a good job of getting it licked or getting it covered. Okay, so again, hey, we're as a coordinator trying to identify matchups that we know we can win. And if we don't win them, you know what I mean? If the guy's hurt and we don't win them, maybe we need to go to other guys. Maybe we don't have availability for other guys. All those things are taken into account in these situations. But great job by 9 getting your head around and playing great defense, man. Playing great defense. Now, this next snap at this point, right? We just watched him kind of force one into Bowers. We've seen him force one into Bowers to start the football game. The moment they went, oh, come on, man. The moment they went two-man under, right? We saw him almost put the ball at risk. All right, now we see this. All right, as a coordinator in a 10-point football game, defensive struggle, once I see this from the box, I'm like, uh-oh. We might have a quarterback that's putting the ball at risk, okay? Because he's put the ball at risk multiple times in this football game at this point, okay? Let's go on to the next one, 30-23. The next 2 snaps defensively, you are starting to heat him up, okay? Watch this. You're going to start bringing some pressure now, all right? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys, all right? And nobody dropping out as a spy. They're just rushing him. Rushing 5, dropping 6. All right, they're bringing heat. Okay, that's actually 6 guys that they're bringing. He immediately, all right, this is a good look, guys. He immediately gets the ball out. So that's telling me as a defense coordinator, hey, I'm not surprising this guy. I'm not getting him off schedule. Now, we forced an incompletion, all right, but the next snap, they come right back with it. They come right back with more pressure. All right, they bring 6 and a spy. All right, they almost get home, and he does his magic. All right, so this is number 4 defeating you. Y'all got him. Y'all got him home. All right, y'all, the defensive assignments worked. The defensive play call worked. We just didn't execute and get him down on the ground because number 4 is really, really great. Okay? Number 4 is really, really great. And guess what? On 3rd and 8 right here, guess what you do? You do it again. You bring a different kind of pressure. All right, now you're bringing 3. Here comes 3. You've tried everything at this point. Now let's start cat firing him. All right, let's put the safety on Jermaine Burton right here, off man coverage with inside leverage. Well, guess what number 4 does? Guess what number 4 does? On cue, on time, throws it on a dot, okay? He identifies corner blitz, and he says, okay, there's my guy, boom. Put it in the only spot that he can win, all right, and we get a first down out of the equation on 3rd and 8, okay? So, again, I thought 4 was the best player because he had all the answers every single time. Boop, all the answers in this football game. 31-52, this is the horse collar, I think. I think this is horse shit. Oh, no, this isn't the horse collar. This is a big run, all right? They end up getting a 5-yard gain right here. And then 2nd and 5 on this little toss sweep right here. You could call for a horse collar from Xavier Sorey. It's bullshit, man. Like, I thought the definition of a horse collar was we have to like scorpion the guy. And if we scorpion the guy, that's a horse collar. But that's not scorpioning the guy. That's bringing over the top and yanking him down by his shoulder pads, all right, and pulling him down by his shoulder pads. That's not pulling him back against his legs. You know what I'm saying? That's not Terrell Owens. This penalty was put into the occasion for the Terrell Owens play where they grabbed him by the back of his shoulder pads, snatched him down, broke his ankle, and then it cost Philadelphia Eagles the Super Bowl. All right, that ain't the case. This is on the shoulder pads pulling him from the top. If anything, he pulled him up instead of pulling him back down into that, like I said, that scorpion motion. I thought that was horseshit. I thought immediately Kirby had the right analysis. He saw it live. I don't know how the umpire didn't. See? Kirby's like, no. He got him by the shoulder pads. Okay? He got him here. Thought that was a bad call. This is the same exact log play that they gave y'all earlier. Okay? You played it better this time. Right? Oh, no. We showed it to you earlier, okay? We showed you Georgia trying to run counter, okay? Trying to run counter and getting slammed inside. Chaz does a great job closing the space, just like the Alabama defensive end did, okay? The guard blows him up, but the tight end identifies, ooh, we got to bounce, right? We have to bounce this out. We have been closed on the front side. We got to continue to go, all right? They're doing a good job changing their counter paths, all right, making you fit differently every single time, okay? Whereas Georgia not only didn't run counter a bunch on Saturday, went back to the trucks over and over again, all right? Not only that, they didn't figure out the adjustment on how to run counter. All right, we run counter traditionally trying to get inside the kick block. We didn't get the kick block last time, so what do we need to do? Maybe throw in a log, all right? Alabama doing a great job right there of exactly that. Great job, 45, of reading that kick-out block from your defense or your offensive guard. I hope we got some Bama folks in here. That'd be cool. By now, I would imagine we do. I bet they're in the chat just being all nice and filthy. All nice and filthy. I thought this was more of a PI call or should have been called PI more than the other call. I mean, this dude ain't got his head on the ball yet. Not once. It's hit the turf and he still ain't seen it. So, like, this right here is PI. If I've seen defensive PI in this football game, this it. This it right here. Okay? He all over him. Yeah, ain't no mutual contact there. Ain't no eyes back on it now, but eyes back on the defender right now. Ooh, that's all kind of PI, in my opinion. When I see panic from a defensive back, right now, we getting after that one. So yeah, I thought that one was more of a PI. 33-53 right here. Just a blown assignment from Alabama. Credit the sack to Jalen Walker. Way to pursue him correctly. Okay? Way to pursue him correctly. But you were an inch from this being a major problem. His butt hits the ground here. I could not believe they blew this play dead. Could not believe they blew this play dead. Because if they don't, this is an explosive run, and then you got to go back and defy whether or not his butt touched the ground. And I'm going to tell you right now, the only replay we really get that makes it look like his butt touched the ground is maybe this one. Actually, it ain't even that one. Right there, it looks like he's up off the ground, all right? It looks like he's up off the ground right here. We're not going to overanalyze this because they called it back. But right there, that's the only one right here. This is the only look right here that made me think his butt might have touched the ground. Right there, I mean, just a game of inches, boys. Inches. All right, so I don't know. I think, again, them blowing it dead meant no matter what, that play was getting called back. So that's good news for you guys. Run up the middle. Run up the middle. Run up the middle. Run up the middle. No reset. No reset of the line of scrimmage at all. I see a bunch of guys with underhooks and free shoulders. Look at this. Watch 50. Watch 50 on the front side. Wham. Okay. Just arm up under the underhook. He's got his outside arm free. Guess what? This gap is closed. All right. 50's got that one. Same things right here is happening with 44 on the backside. That gap is closed. All right. 33. He's going to fill that one. That gap is closed. Guess what? They also have a free hat right here in 17. This is what the picture looked like every single time he tried to run it up the gut. So, again, I could sit here all day and be like, why didn't you do this? Why didn't you do that? And I could have an answer as to why. I really could. I could have an answer as to why. All right, 2nd and 10 right here. Hey, how are we going to get out of this situation? Well, historically, Georgia, run that screen pass, baby. Run that screen pass. Here it comes. Wham. All right, so screen pass right there. Now, this is going to sound like I'm really nitpicking right here, but even in years past or weeks past, all right, this has been a far more explosive play for you guys than it even is right here. Okay, they closed ground really, really quickly. Great job by Tresman just to get over there. All right, 3rd and 3. Pretty sure you pick up a first down right here on the slant to the top side. Watch the space close, though, guys. It's getting hairier and hairier every single time. They are just playing more and more aggressive from a defensive back standpoint. They are no fear, okay, of you running by them. I thought he got there way early. Way early. I thought this was PI, in my opinion. Okay, first of all, that's a hold. Second of all, hands all over him. Third of all, he's there early. Okay, so I thought that, to me, was PI. You end up getting the first down. All right, back on the football here, and a false start. Uncommon mistakes from 71 and 19 right here. I don't think 71's had a false start all year. I think he's had a false start all year. And he gets one right there. All right, back on the football, 1st and 15, and here comes a catastrophe. Now, I have never called plays. I want everybody to know that. I've never called plays. I've only played football. I've never called them, all right? But somewhere in the offensive coordinator handbook that I have yet to read, somewhere there is a section on protecting the football inside your own 20. This line right here, this is the line of demarcation. This is the line of creativity. When we are on this side of this line, we can be creative. We can be gadgety. We can be risky. All right. When we're on this side of this line, we got to be a basic ass bitch. All right. We got to be so basic because we cannot risk turning the football over. That's my history. That's what I have been taught. That's what I learned. Those are the people that I study. All right. But I've also seen great ones like Steve Sarkisian and Lincoln Riley and all these guys. They have been rewarded for being a little bit ballsier in situations like this, okay? But we are here to judge the result. And the result is the ball is on the ground, all right? So you either do or you don't. I have known Georgia in the last several years to, yes, run this play successfully. No, the play has never been put on the ground. The ball has never been put on the ground since I've been watching this over and over and over and over again. But here's what else I know about them historically. This is an in-between the 30s play for them. This is an in-between the 40s play for them. The first time I ever saw them run it was with Jermaine Burton, okay? And Jermaine Burton, the ball was on the plus 45 and ended up going down to like the inside the 10-yard line. It is a play that they have ran over and over again, but it is always ran on the plus side of the field. It has never ran in negative territory. Or excuse me, never ran inside the own 20. So that's my only criticism there. Again, somewhere in the offensive coordinator's handbook, it says that. We do not do that. I'm not going to sit here and get hypercritical on who is right, who is wrong. It looked to me like the spacing was condensed. This has been a toss all year. He ends up tossing it, okay? It looks like the toss hits him in the left shoulder, okay? And at one point, it looks like he's just going to hand it off to him. But it's been a toss all year. And it ends up being a toss, but it hits Dylan in the shoulder. Why is the timing thrown off? Maybe it's because we're in our own. I don't know. I'm not again. Don't want to sit here and hypercriticalize that. I'm just telling you, we don't like to do that. We don't like to put the ball at risk inside of our own 20. I see you 13. I see you 13. I see you, bud. I see you, bud. I see you in there playing your ass off. Okay, I do. It's a tremendous job from this defense of bowing their neck and keeping this to a field goal right here. They go back to quarterback truck every time they needed it. Every time they needed it, they came right back to it. Their way of running is a whole hell of a lot simpler than what you just tried to do, but this is a very similar concept This is spinning back the tight end. This is adding a hat. This is getting to the outside edge, all right? And it's a lot safer way of doing it. Great job by 6 of stringing this thing out. Great job by 6 of stringing this thing out. All right, now 37-53. We're going to the very next play. They do a good job. They did a good job as a coordinating staff of really attacking the leverage of the guys that was playing outside or inside, okay? If they knew based off a set, we get into this, we'll force the star or the nickel defender to play outside leverage, then they will hop right into it, okay, and then they will attack that leverage. They will also do a good job of occupying the eyes of the hook defender on the front side, or of the defender who's occupying the front side as well, the free hat, in other words, 24, okay? They're going to do a good job of making him sit because they got somebody in the flat right there. Boom. So they almost get it completed. 22 does a great job playing through the hands. Let's go to 39-10. No need to hypercritical or be hyper analytical about this breakup. This is a great play by 22. Okay, ball was a little bit late. Ball floated on him a little bit, but he was getting pressure in his face. I also think 77 and 65 got away with several holds on Saturday on Jalen Walker, who we told you going into this football game was going to play a major role. Okay, 39-10 is where we're going next. As you're proceeding to move the football here, okay, as you're proceeding to move the football here, you do something right here that gets them back into a zone coverage, okay? You get them right back into zone, and guess what? You eat in zone. I'm telling you, every single time. So I would have redlined this formation. As soon as I hopped into this, they're playing a bunch of zone coverage. Look at all these guys on level playing fields. Look at this corner or this safety back in here. Look at this one playing back here. Like when I get into this, guess what? We probably would have came back to that 2, 3, 4 plays later, and we would have had another zone beater built right off of it. It looked to me like we weren't. This is one thing I loved about studying Monken for years. If he knew he did not have guys that could beat man coverage, and if he knew that was the case, he knew the defensive coordinator was going to throw a bunch of man at him. Because if I can cover you with man coverage, I'm going to do it. That's what I'm going to keep doing. So what would Monken do? Monken would force zone. And he would force zone through bunching. And he would force zone through stacking. He would force zone coverages like they're doing right now. And then once he found one, man, they would almost make that their base personnel, right? And he finds one right here. And guess what? 7, 8 yard completion. The easiest completion we've had on this study in a fat minute offensively for Georgia. Again, would have redlined it. I would have gotten into many zone forcers as humanly possible, okay? This not being one of those. Actually, it might be one. How do they motion into it? Look like they play zone again on that, okay? So he's trying, but here's the deal. They try to get a zone beater right here. They get into a zone forcer, all right? They get him into it, but guess what? Now we have an untimely lack of execution at the right guard position. This is how football works in losing battles, man. It's like, damn, we finally found some. We finally found some momentum, and then boom, we get beat with speed, all right? And our hot right here, our hot's running away from our face. So we got beat into our face. Our hot's running that way, and we can't get him the football because we've been rushed off the spot. This is untimely guys getting beat in untimely situations. This is unfortunate, okay? He ends up running into his own guy. Again, this is a guy that knows his hots. He knows this. He knows this will eventually get here, but he's getting beat right here. He's not going to be able to wait and flick that ball over here. All right, he's got to pull it down and go now. Ends up running right into his own guy. And then you're into a 2nd and 13 right here, and I think you get hosed on a PI call. What should have been a PI call? Terrion Arnold, again, gets here way early. Way early. Way early. Boom. All right, and then on 3rd and 13, they've been playing a lot of two-man under. They give it to you again. You try to throw a comeback at the top, and it damn near gets picked off, guys. All right, it damn near gets picked off. He undercuts the piss out that route. Watch this. Physical at the line of scrimmage, runs it for him, gets his head around, almost picks it off. It's tremendous defense right there from 9. But again, man, they're getting, as the game progresses, they're just getting more and more aggressive out there on the edge. You have to punt right there, okay? Force the 3 and out on this possession. Let's skip it because we're already way ahead. All right, now, here's where I was freaking out because I forgot to record. So I realized that, oh, crap, Kirby just tried to win the game right quick here. So this is the 4th down that they forced, okay? This is the 4th and 7. I'm just telling you. They forced a 3 and out on this portion of the game right here to start the 4th quarter. Now, what you can't see is that there are 2 return men back there, or there were at the kick. And as the ball is kicked, Mekhi Mews darts like this towards the sideline and starts doing one of these. Like, ooh, I'm about to catch the ball. Meanwhile, Anthony Evans is actually standing in the middle of the field prepared to catch the punt. It's the old 2-returner trick. Now, from the box, I'm sitting there slapping my mans, all right, and I'm saying, hey, bro, nah, I got to remember this one. He's going to get so mad at me if he watches this. Oh, no. Ben Woke. All right, my boy Ben Woke. Oh, sorry, Ben. Oh, shit. Let's go. Oh, that makes me feel so bad. It's live television. I've been going for like 2.5 hours at this point. My man Ben Woke standing next to me. I'm like, 2 returners. 2 returners. I'm slapping the piss out of him as soon as I saw Kirby run the guy on the field. I saw it. Nobody on the Auburn or Alabama sideline did. So shouts out to Kirby for almost winning this football game or trying to make a momentum swing in this football game right here. Here's Anthony Evans. Mekhi Mews is over here, okay, faking a punt. And look, all we needed to take was 2. As soon as we took those 2, we have won. All right, we've gotten our guy an opportunity to make a big play, and he does exactly that. Great job, 17, being ready to make a play, man. They ran you on late. It was not easy for you to be thrown into action right there. Way to be available and ready to make an impact on this football game. Great job right there by a young football player. We're almost done here, guys, believe it or not. Okay, we are going to 44:05. At this point in the notes, I was like, damn, bro, you really, really taking too long. Okay? 3rd and 2. 3rd and 2, guys. 3rd and 2. Everybody doing the, ooh, Bobo sucks. Ooh, Bobo sucks. No, dog. Bobo called one. He's called 2. He's called 2 or 3 really good beaters. It's like, ooh, they're playing a bunch of man covers. So what do we got to do? We got to occupy eyes and then get behind them. Basically running slips. This is tight end slip. And guess what, guys? Guess what? The other team executed better than you. Look at 41. Look at 41 running. Okay, guess who didn't get sucked up into the picture? The safety. The safety's over the top. So guess what now we have to do? Now we have to come back here and throw this comeback in. Yeah, we get a PI, but we're in the red zone, and we should have a touchdown. We should have beat them. We have done everything to try to beat them. And they don't beat themselves, man. They out-executed you. How many times can I show you that on tape? That is an exact example. They have covered the beater. That is a touchdown against everybody else this year. 4 has run right to grass, and it's been a touchdown. This time it is not. He has to come all the way back to the bottom of the screen, and guess what? That space is tight. He ends up throwing or getting a PI right there, okay? 44-25, this is the ball to McConkey. This ball is ripped. This is the hardest football I've seen him throw all year, okay? Hardest football I've seen him throw all year. Ripped right in. And this was key for Alabama on multiple fronts, getting y'all into these, goal line situations and burning clock towards the end of this football game, okay? Burning clock towards the end of this football game. I told you. Eventually he was going to find the answers. All right, he went back to the things he wasn't seeing early in the football game. Early in the football game, 4 was pat, pat, pat. When we first started watching this film study, pat, 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 pat was waiting for all these guys to clear out, trying to take these home run shots. Now, here in the 4th quarter, as soon as Bond gets open, as soon as he notices zone coverage, watch how quick this ball comes out. Boom. Ball out now, and guess what? We got 17 yards right there immediately to start a possession. Okay? So he was going back to things that he did not do early in the football game. He is making adjustments in game, right? He is, evolving as the game is going on, okay? And then here we go. Freshman linebacker, okay, up at the top of the screen, okay, overrunning counter right here. You'll see it on the replay. Watch 33, okay? We got to fit this just a tad bit better. We can't be surprised by the kick-out block, which is exactly what happens. Okay, get surprised by the kick-out block on this counter from JC, or is that Booker? From Booker right there, okay, and nobody's in there to fill. Also, getting washed, and unfortunately in a run game stunt right here was their defensive line, okay? So all kind of bad things happening right there for you as a defense. When you got a linebacker surprised by the kick-out block, when you got a run game call or run game stunt called away from the down blocks or going with the down blocks, that's unfortunate as shit, right? They're going this way. This is another microcosm of this football game. And you're calling stunts that way. That's unfortunate, man. That's unfortunate as it humanly possibly can get. You call that the opposite way. If that call's just flipped, it's a TFL. Instead, it's a 10-yard gain. Okay, instead it's a 10-yard gain. 2nd and 1 right here. Y'all know what it is. They're going for the jugular. They were trying to murder you right here in broad daylight. Okay, they're going for the shot. Okay, they're trying to take the wheel on the guy up the sideline. And guess what? You got nobody left for Isaiah Bond over there because this is their offense. This is how they design shit, man. They design shit on 2nd and 1 to just kill you, to absolutely kill you. And guess what? Nobody's over here. There's not going to be anybody from the defense anywhere near this human being because you're so worried about all this stuff that they do to you schematically. So we can talk about, oh man, how's he that wide open? Well, he's that wide open because they do all this stuff to make you flood out, okay, and force you to play zone, which is exactly what happened, okay? 46-10, I thought this was a hellified hold by number 45. These types of calls cannot be missed in these critical games, especially at the point of the attack. I don't know how you don't call that. I don't know how it happens. Again, not to bitch, moan, complain about calls, okay, because I think y'all got a couple in this football game too, but I think they missed a face mask on you guys as well. Maybe it was on Kendall Milton, one or the other. But that's a brutal hold that I saw from the box. And again, it's at the point of the attack. It's not in here. It's out here on the edge where that's the one thing we're looking for. If a guy gets shucked in, he can't get his outside arm free because he's getting held, we got to call that. That's an automatic hold right there, okay? 46-58. This was the backbreaker right here on 46-58 right here. This is 3rd and 2. You've done everything you can to get them into this situation. If you force a 4th down right here, you might force them to a field goal. You might get the ball back only down 6, okay? But here it is, 3rd and 2. You got pressure caving in on him. The additional linebacker has added in. Okay, we got him licked. We're about to get him down on the ground, get off the field, and give the ball back to our offense. And check it out. Boom. He just flicks one right to Isaiah Bond. This was the absolute killer. Absolute killer. Right here. This was the difference in this football game, man. I thought it was him. That was number 4. All number 4 in my opinion. Boom. Great play. And now you get into a situation where you're back on the football, okay, the very next play. And you're in so much zone coverage because of all of what his legs do to you, okay? You're in so much zone coverage that, again, this is wide open. Y'all are a man football team in the red zone typically, but you can't do that against this guy because you got to have eyes on him. You start playing man coverage, he's pulling the ball down, he's going to get the yardage, okay? So you got to play soft zone. Look at everybody, eyes on cue, all right? So when you're in soft zone coverage and they're driving everything into you, guess what you're prone to do? You're going to continue to drop, right? You're going to turn and run with the guy up underneath you. So as Isaiah Bond comes back over here on the flat, all right, and as he runs into the picture, he's going to be wide open, okay? He's going to be wide open. That's definitely the longest one in the history of the Film Guy Network. Hey, I'm going to tell you right now, if you watched us and you stayed with us the whole entire time, thank you very much. I love you very much. You are elite. You are elite at what you do. I thought it boiled down to very, very simplistic, if I could make it right here. They made adjustments. You didn't. They out-executed you. You didn't execute when you needed to. That's how you lose games by 3. We could talk about missed field goals. We can talk about fumbling the ball in your own end. We can talk about all of those things. They out-executed you for 4 quarters. They beat you by 3. Love you. Make sure you hit that thumbs up button on your way out. I hope that all worked. I'm not redoing it. Hour and 50. Woo! Love it.